Hello there, my dear. It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Welcome, welcome. It is once again time for you and I to talk about some things that you need to do with respect to just managing life and what you need to do as an online entrepreneur. So, I'm excited to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Inside of today's conversation, what I want to do is talk to you about a couple of things. Number one, how to start with nothing. If you're trying to bootstrap your way, floss-string budget your way to a successful online business, how to start with nothing. Number two, how to overcome anything, especially when you feel like your life is manic, you're trying to market, you're trying to do things, but everything going on in your life can be a little bit crazy. So how to start with nothing, how to overcome anything, and essentially how to finish strong, because we're at the final quarter of the year, right? So let's dive into this conversation for today. If you are watching me live, make sure that you let me know who you are. Hey, oh my goodness, Adonia is here, aka one of my business besties. One of my Fire Starter Circle lifers. How you doing, boo? Lavon is in the mix as well. Hey. How are you, my dear? I got to put these on because I cannot see. And of course, if you're watching me on the replay side, drop into the comment box, #replaysrock, because I want to make sure that I can support and see you guys, whoever you are, whatever you are up to, okay? It's so funny because I'm checking in with you guys because actually I sent out a message to my community and I said, listen, do you need help? And so many ladies were responding back and saying, LaShanda, I need help with this. I need help with that. And as I'm talking to you, I had to lean in a little bit because one of the ladies just responded and said, yes, with like extra S's. I need help right now, boo. So before we even get started, let me share this with you. I do have what I call my fall fire sale full of so much good you wouldn't believe at sistersense.com/fire sale, FIRESALE. So make sure you write that down and you go there. Where is there? Up, down, I don't know. Go there at some point so that if you do need some resources, you can dig into what I've got. When I shared this whole experience of checking in, I always tell you guys, get your ASK, get your ask in gear. If you need help, ask a question, right? So one of the ladies reached out to me and she said, LaShanda, I need to ask you a couple of things. Number one, how can I be a successful woman? She said, I'm embarrassed to even tell you my age, but my husband, he treats me like I'm nothing. He makes me feel horrible. He controls all the money. I need to start my own business. How do you start with nothing? And literally my heart melted. She sent me this message last week. I reached out to her. I had to take a few days to kind of collect my thoughts and figure out how I was going to reach out to her and respond to that message. Of course, when you say to the universe, I want to help people, and you say to your people, I want to help you, they're going to come back and say, hey, I'm ready for the help. Let's do this. So I wanted to talk to her about how you can start with nothing, because that's what I did. I tell y'all all the time, I started on a floss string budget because shoestring was too thick for me. So I wanted us to kick off the conversation around that because it's absolutely possible. And if you feel like there are unqualified people out there, whether you are married to them or you are related to them or you are working with them and they are digging into you because something demonic is within them to tell you that you can't do it, trust me and believe me that you can do anything that you want to do. And sometimes they're not talking to you, but to themselves, to the things that they think of themselves, to the limitations that they've put on themselves, and putting those limitations on you so that they can control you in some way, shape, or form, right? That's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to dig into this, how to start with nothing, how to overcome anything, and finish strong. Okay? Now, side note, if you feel like somebody in your circle needs to hear this, feel free to share this out, y'all. Feel free, because sharing is caring. Okay? Adonia says, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So, when I talk about starting with nothing, even if right now you've started, but you feel like you're in a bumpy place, you're in a challenging place, you're like, man, there's some stuff that I need to do, but the funds is kind of funny right now. What do I do with that? Let me talk to you about what I did, okay? Number one, when I was like, listen, I need to make some money right now, I said, what can I do with these two hands? What can I do that's not going to cost me any money, but generate some money for me? And for me, that was being a service professional. I went online, I built my first website. People said it looks pretty. I said, okay, I'm going to figure out how I can start making some money here. And the most natural thing for me to do was to actually start providing my services. I started with just doing the websites. But then when I digged in, I realized there were just so many different other things that I could sell within that platform. Case in point, literally this week, I finished a graphic for one of my clients. She said, LaShanda, I love the brand photos that you just launched. They look beautiful. I want to work on my images and getting some more speaking gigs. I need you to design a retractable banner graphic for me. You know, those beautiful banners that when you go and vend and you go to different events, you can pull them out and put them behind your stuff on your table. Well, beside your table. I said, girl, I got you. I got you. My graphic services, by the way, is one of the things that you can get access to at a reduced rate as part of the fire sale that I talked about. Remember, I said, go to citizensense.com/fire sale. One of the things that you can get is 25%. Everything in my store, graphic services being one of them. So that's where I started. You know, I started with the websites. I started doing graphics. And if you're in a place right now and you're like, listen, I need to start, but I don't have the funds, what can you do? Can you take photos? Can you bake a cake? Can you crochet? You know, can you read people's resumes? Can you write stuff because other people can't write and they need you to write it for them? What can you do? Do not discount and discredit you. Don't do it. Because the reality is, you know, I'd be like, I could do graphics. Okay, I'm not that great at it. Or, you know, it's all right for me. Listen, somebody out there wants what you got. Okay? So I want you to think about what kind of offers that you can put together that don't necessarily cost anything that you can develop. And services, it's the best thing. I mean, like I said, I did, you know, my graphics package for my client this past week, and I helped her with her retractable banner. I mean, I don't have to do graphics design anymore. I love to do it because I'm a creative person, but it's just one revenue stream that I'm able to tap into. And for those of you who are fellow service professionals or you're thinking about it, what can you do with these two hands? You know, what can you produce and create to share with people, right? Hey, Fatima. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Adonia, do not discount and discredit you. You've got to make sure that you build some kind of confidence within you. And you know what's interesting about that? One of the things that you'll find when you go to citizensense.com/fire sale is this year I'm doing my 8th annual Back to Business virtual conference, 8 years strong. This year it's about collecting with confidence. And I'm going to real talk, whether you're watching live or via the replay, real talk. Do you struggle with confidence? Do you struggle with confidence? Let me tell you a story. Me personally, I struggled with confidence. And I remember when I met my hubby, he was like, you know, you write really, really well. You've got all these poems, you've got all these notebooks. I need you to write and put your stuff out there. And I was afraid of, you know, writing like a manuscript and sending it to publishing companies and getting rejected. Because listen, when you're like unraveling, when you're overwhelmed, when you're like 2 seconds from falling apart, when you're used to people saying, and literally I had a relative say when I got into Columbia University, one of the biggest, best Ivy League universities in the world, I had a relative say, oh, I would expect that of her sister. I wouldn't expect that of her, you know, because they thought I was retarded because I was quiet. They thought I was too shy. They thought I was too black. They thought I was too fat. They thought I was too short. You know, when you're that person who pretty much people are like, yo, no, not you. Not maybe them, not you. The idea of being rejected is super, super triggering. Anybody else can relate to that, or is it just me? I'm just saying. So when it came to starting with nothing and overcoming anything, I definitely didn't want to go the route of traditional publishing. I thought about how I could create, and I went into self-publishing. Anybody else into self-publishing? When I started, it was like the new thing. People were like, huh? What's that? Now it's all Create Space this and Kindle that. By the way, it's interesting because right now, I guess Create Space is going into Kindle. And so the Create Space is shutting down and Kindle is going to be, it's like big empire. Self-publishing became my route of moving into a space where I could monetize and start with nothing. Nobody had to reject me because I accepted me. I was like, approved. right? I was like, girl, this book is amazing. You better go on and make that happen. Man, my first book is on my bookshelf. I wish I would have taken it. I ain't trying to get up and have you see all the love on the side. But my first book was called Touched by Boys, Loved by Men. Because you know what? You know when it's like when you get into relationships when people want to, what is this time? It's called cuffing season. When people want to love on you in the dark, but they don't want to know you in the light. But then you go from the boys to the men. I used to be very much in a space where I loved to write my spoken word. That was my first self-published book, and I just kept moving and kept going. You can start with nothing and build anything, overcome the voices within you and around you, if you find a means to move forward. I didn't even have the money to go and say, give me thousands of copies of that book. That was not an option. I didn't have those kind of funds. But I did start with self-publishing. My book is on Amazon. The first platform that I used was lulu.com to self-publish, and I still got stuff on there. I got my Create Space. I got all these digital platforms. You can start anywhere. You guys, anybody interested in writing, or have you written something that you want to put out there? That's certainly something that you can do. So the first thing that I said to you, because I'm talking in stories, but I'm also dropping some gems here. I don't know if you realize that. First thing that I said to you is, if you're in a space where you need or you want to start and you've got nothing, no funds, no fire, no courage, what do? I started with figuring out, what are those things that I do for myself that somebody would pay me for? AKA services. Pay me. People go, oh, I like your graphics. I'll pay you to do that. I like your website. I'll pay you to do that, right? What will people pay me for that I could do with these two hands? Respond to that question for yourself. That's number one. Feel free to drop in the comment box if you're a service professional, what you do, or maybe you're trying to think about coming up with something. Maybe you can clean houses. What can you do for other people that they will pay you for? Or maybe you can do it, but you don't believe that somebody will pay you for it. Because trust me, boo, somebody will pay you so long as you have the confidence in yourself, because it starts there. I also said to you, because I was so deathly afraid of rejection and traditional publishing, I went the route of self-publishing, right? I wrote down my words, I wrote down my thoughts, and I put those messages out there, right? LaShanda said, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Hey, LaShanda. What's up, boo? I ain't seen you in a minute. Ladies, thank you so much for checking in. Remember, if you're watching the replays, drop in hashtag replaysrocks, number 1. And number 2, if you feel like this conversation is something that somebody in your circle needs to hear, share, because, of course, sharing is caring. So I went the route of self-publishing. I sat down, I wrote my book, and I made it happen, right? So can you self-publish? I use Lulu. There's Create Space. I do what I like to call, well, I don't call it, this is what it's called, print on demand, because I couldn't afford to get thousands of copies of this and thousands of copies of that. Bless God, I am coming out with the relaunch of Bright Colors. This is my kids magazine. See the first 3 issues here? I tell you this, I knocked out the first 3 issues of Bright Colors in 2016. I launched it, then I shut it down. It is 2018, and I'm bringing my babies back, because this is something that's in my heart. I share that with you because while sometimes people go, oh, you so great, you doing all these things, we all have things that sometimes sit on the back burner for a very long time, because we're overcoming manic, we're overcoming challenges, we're overcoming life, we're overcoming, oh, I got all these other things. I know I knocked some stuff out because I could beast it, but there's sometimes some things that I create, they sit on the sidelines, right? And in order for you to move forward, sometimes you just got to say, now's the time. Now's the time. So I do self-publishing. I do print on demand. One of the platforms that I love, it's called MagCloud, MagCloud. And I created these issues. This is the first issue. This is Hello Bright Kids, because it's called Bright Colors. Bright stands for brilliant, radiant, intelligent, talented, exceptional. When I grew up, I loved that my mom had signed up for a kids magazine for me. And there's nothing like a kid getting mail, especially if you love to write. And I wanted to create a magazine for kids of color. This is it. And again, these were all done damn near 2 years ago. And I launched it and did some stuff, and then I, put it in the back burner. This one is on the Caribbean. And this one, I love this one. This one is on science and, black people in science. Every issue, there's something different in there. I've got stories in there, interactive content. But I share this because you can do anything and start with nothing. This right here is I create my documents in Word, right? Word document came with my computer. Didn't have to pay extra for that. I self-published on MadCloud. I sat down and I used my creativity and my genius. Some of the things that I drew, let me see if I can show you some of my characters. I have a collection. It's called Little Bits. And you'll see some of my Little Bits characters. Here are the pillows. The pillows I got done on Printful.com, which is a print-on-demand company. Printful. I did my pillows on Printful. Let me see if I can show you another image of one of the first books. When my sister had her first child, my first nephew, I created Little Bits, a bedtime story for kids. I did this 14 years ago. And so you see now the Little Bits are on t-shirts. And I sat down, wrote my poems, and I put it in a book, and I self-published it. You can start with nothing. You just got to create a space for you to create. I believe that creating is a healing process. There are so many different things that you can heal from your inner child, from being rejected, from people talking about you and telling you that you can only do but so much, and putting all those kind of limitations on you, whether they did that when you were 5 or 10 or 15 or 20, or hell, when they did it when you're 30 and 40. That the young lady who reached out to me, she said, LaShanda, I'm embarrassed to tell you how old I am. My husband, he treats me like crap. He just doesn't make me feel good, and I want to be successful. How do you start with nothing? How do you do this? And I'm like, listen, creation heals. Find something that you can do with these two hands. Find something that you can create with these two hands. And that process is going to begin that healing and overcoming for you. What can you do? What have you done? Some of you have created a process. You're doing the healing. You're doing the work. You're self-publishing. Feel free to drop in the comment box. Share with me, because I want to interact with you guys during this process, but of course afterwards too, especially those of you watching the replays. What are you writing? What have you written? What have you put out there? Drop it in there. Put the link. Let me see. Let us see. Right? Because if there are people in your circle who are not supporting you the way that you want to, the only way you can overcome anything is if you stay determined, because there is nothing like a determined woman. Ain't nobody and nothing, devil included, can knock down a determined woman. Be like, nope, it's all right. I'm okay. I'm determined, right? So if you got people around you that are not supporting you, you need to create as a healing, but you also need to have a supportive space. And being able to share here is just the beginning. So if those of you who want to self-publish, or you're looking for print-on-demand platforms, MadCloud is the platform that I use for my magazine. Printful is the platform that I use to do a lot of my stuff, like my t-shirts and my books and my pillows. I want you to know that even this stuff, my magazine right now, depending upon the issue, is anywhere between 16 to, hey, Stacy, my photographer is here, Stacy Pierce. How are you, my dear? These issues of my magazine for kids, anywhere between 16 to 32 pages, right? And, on average, maybe they're about $3 a copy, which means that not only is this something that I realistically can produce and sell, number one. Number two, I can afford to buy the copies and not have somebody tell me, well, we can only run off 1,000. And if you don't got X $1,000 to give us the money to do this, you can't do it. If you sitting there going, LaShanda, I don't got no money, how do you start with nothing? Which is the message that I received from the young lady who messaged me last week. This is it. I'm giving you those words, right? Self-publishing, print on demand. What services can you offer, right? Stacy is offering her our artistic ability, her beautiful skills as a photographer. That's her skill. That's her service. That's the blessing. That's the gift that she's giving to the world, right? What is your gift? What is your blessing that's going to allow you to do what you want to do, live where you want to live, make the kind of money you want to make? This is how you can start with nothing and overcome anything. Listen, when you got a service, one of my clients, one of my newest clients last week, she signed up for my small biz package, which is $1,000. And yeah, I mean, I can sit in my office and have somebody say, LaShanda, I've been following for years. I want a website. Here's the money. Let's make it happen, right? Anything that you want, what can you do with those two hands? Now, I need you to, oh, by the way, let me say this. I need you to consider that there are certain things that are happening right now during the sale season, because it's the end of the year, that you need to be aware of, okay? So I talked about the fact that I do my magazines. Let me zoom in if you're just coming in. I talked about the fact that I do these magazines, the Bright Color Collection, www.bright, B-R-I-T-E, colors, COLOURS.com. On MadCloud, right? This week, MadCloud did an amazing promotion. They were like, you can get your self-published magazines 25% off, right? So then the platform that I use to do my retractable banners, because I said to you this week, one of my clients was like, oh, LaShanda, I love the images from your photo shoot, your new lifestyle brand. I need you to help me because I want to get some more speaking gigs. I did a retractable banner graphic for her. Now, the company that I use for retractable banners, you know, when you go to events and you can pull them out beside your table, is called Build a Sign. Love them, buildasign.com. And it's funny because this week they were like, listen, you can get up to 40% off your vinyl banners and your signs. You can get 25% off your retractable banners. So I was like, okay, wait. MadCloud gave me 25% off. Build a Sign gave me 25% off. I'm going to give you all 25% off. So when you write this down, sistersense.com/fire sale, FIRESALE, because right now I'm doing a fire sale. There's so much good in there you wouldn't believe. One of the things in there is that you can get 25% off of everything in my store. There's a code that you can use to download all the good, my graphic design services, if you want to schedule calls with me, if you want to get some of my social media templates, even hold up now. I have a magazine template, not this version. This is a small version. The bigger version magazine template. Do I have it? Do I have it in front of me? Oh man, I don't have it in front of me. The bigger version magazine template that I have, that's one of the templates and trainings that you can get access to, 25% off of everything in my store. I'm sharing this with you because you've got to be conscious of, as an entrepreneur, if you want to overcome anything, how any day of the week you can bring in some revenue, right? The end of the year holiday sales have started. Not Black Friday, not Cyber Monday, now, okay? And you want to look in your inbox and make note of, hey, Mentor Shelly, thank you for dropping that in there for me, sweetie. Oh, my God. I got to hug on and love on Mentor Shelly when I went to Florida. We had our own private boss session when we got to check in Fort Lauderdale. So awesome when I get to meet you guys live, by the way. If you are in a space right now where you're trying to make sure that you're not behind, get with the times. Be conscious of what businesses, big and small, are doing during every holiday season, right? This is Small Business Month for women this month, right? I believe so. There's always something different happening right now. And like I said, a lot of companies are doing 10% off and 15% off and 25% off promotions right now. What you doing, boo? What are you doing, boo? What kind of promotion? If you have a sales promotion right now, feel free to drop it in there, okay? You can shamelessly plug. That's the kind of girl that I am, right? Because maybe somebody really needs what you got right now, and it's divine right timing. So feel free to drop it in there, right? But keep in mind that it's not just about you creating stuff and waiting for people to buy your stuff, you've got to consistently promote your stuff. Consistently promote yourself. And if these businesses that are making millions and billions of dollars are always consistently creating promotions, when was the last time you did that? Real talk, for those of you who are actually selling right now, when was the last time you did a solid sales promotion? Because you sitting there going, well, I'm not consistently bringing in revenue. A lot of times, some of you guys, your challenge is that you're waiting for the stuff to fall in your lap. Like, you're waiting for the customers who are just like, I'm ready to buy, right? But sometimes they're not there. And you got to be your own cheerleader. And you got to make sure that you're making people aware of what you do. So they go, oh, man, I got to get that, right? I love that Mad Cloud and Build a Sign checked in with me this week. Because I was like, girl, I got to get this. I got to get that. Oh, my God. So let me tell you this, right? Because I got it right here. So, okay, let's make sure that I'm quantifying this stuff because I'm a solution-based girl. I'm about action. First thing that I said to you, if you're trying to figure out how to start with nothing, what services can you provide? Can you do self-publishing? So I gave you a couple of self-publishing platforms. Can you do print on demand? So you're getting companies where you can print your products on those companies for literally either cents on the dollar or a few dollars per product. Can you do some of those things? That was number one. Number two, I said, listen, I've got a lot of companies that I use to get my products from. Right now, they're giving me 25% off of this and 10% off of that because it's time for end of year sales. What are you doing? What's your current end of year sale? If you got stuff to sell, you should be putting some sort of promotional sale out there because it's just that time of the year. There's always a good time to have a great sale. Right? So I said to you guys to inspire you and also to support you when you go to sistersense.com/fire sale, you see that I have quite a few things for you in that space. Number one, you can get a $10 pass to the live Back to Business Mastermind virtual series that we've got coming up in a couple of weeks. You can get a $10 pass for all the live session. Oh my God, it's amazing, right? Plus you can get 25% off of everything in my store. And there are a few other goodies for you there as well, but use that not only for support, but direction as an example of what you can do. I need you to come up with some sort of promotion, whether it be tonight or this weekend to kick off next week or to kick off the end of year holiday season. Okay? That's the next thing that I want to share with you, right? Oh my goodness. So Stacy says, I so need this to stop dragging my feet. Listen, trust and believe I know. And I'm going to talk about those things as well. Things that you need to do to really focus on getting it right now and avoiding procrastination. Make sure, y'all, if you're watching me on the replay side, drop into the comment box, #replaysrock. Always want to check in with you all. And of course, number two, if you feel like somebody in your circle needs to hear this, you can tag it or you can share this either way, right? I'm here to teach tonight. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you is that inside of my mastermind this week, we had a mastermind call on Tuesday. I said, okay, I'm working on all of these things for the end of the year. I've ordered, my magazines. I've ordered some bags. I've ordered a ton of different products. What do you need right now? What do you need right now for your business? Maybe you need new postcards. Maybe you need new graphics. Maybe you need new business cards. What do you need right now? Because some of you, I had a client who said to me, LaShanda, I've got an event coming up and I need to be prepared. Because last time she was like, oh my God, this event is like in 2 days. What can I sell, LaShanda? So I was giving her all these recommendations. You don't always want to be in a space where you're waiting 2 days before the actual thing to actually sell, right? So what are some things that maybe you need right now to replenish your inventory or to make sure that your brand is nice and tight and right? I gave you some of the companies that I use. One of my favorite companies is Discount Mugs. I use them a lot when it comes to my bags. So Adonia says you need your t-shirts done. Okay. So again, I love that Stacy was like, listen, this is so good because I was been dragging my feet. If you've been dragging your feet, baby girl, on the t-shirts, you need to get them done now because things need to get shipped. Things need to get checked, right? Literally, as I came home today, I had 3 boxes in front of my door of, I think I ordered 450 of my magazines. I'm doing a promotion real soon. And so I get to the door. I said, those are not my magazines. And Jay's like, that's your stuff. That's your stuff. So I get to the door, right? And one of the boxes is open. And I'm like, what do you mean the box is? He's like, Jay, the box is open. What do you mean the box is open? The box is open. The tape is torn. I'm like, it's raining outside and the box is on the porch. So for one of the issues, I was supposed to get 100 copies. I only got 65 copies. So, of course, I'm heated, right? Like, as they say, hot as fish grease. But I called the company and they said, you know what? I'm so sorry about that. We are going to reship, keep what you got. We're going to fix it. It wasn't them. Sometimes UPS and things just get screwed up in transit. So somewhere along the line, one of the boxes got broken and I lost about 40 copies of my stuff. Plus some of the other ones were damaged because the box was open. So they're like, we're going to ship you out some stuff. Now, I need my stuff next month, but I'm ordering all my stuff this month because I don't want to have next month come and I'm like, oh my God. No, can anybody relate to this when you need some stuff and you waited till the last minute? So number one, you got to pay out the behind for shipping because when you want that shipping fast, it gets expensive. And then number two, something goes wrong and you go, oh my God, I need it fixed. I'm cool as a cucumber. I could say I was a little hot. I was a little hot, but I do have some time to play with, right? Preparation. It's not too late for you to rock out the end of this year and finish strong. You just got to be in a place where you get really laser focused on what needs to get done and you stop dragging them feet and you make it happen, right? So what do you need to order right now? What do you need to replenish so that come the next step of the holiday, this is just the beginning, right? Come the next step of the holiday season, you're moving even further into the process. Now, I talked about this a lot more detail inside of the mastermind that I did this past Tuesday. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you inside of the Fire Starter fire sale that I've got is I have a $30 90-day mastermind pass. So either you're not in my mastermind and you want to reactivate, I have what's called the Beginner Circle Accountability Experience, right? So there's a couple of things that happen in the Accountability Circle. And yes, I said $30 for 90 days, no subscriptions. So basically like $10 a month. You pay the $30 to get access for the 90 days. I have my Finish Strong 90-day challenge. So every day for the next 90 days, when you activate, every 2 days, I'm like, listen, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Finish strong and start stronger. It's all about how you can accomplish your end of year goals, how you can accomplish your holiday sales goals. I did 45 audios and every other day I'm checking in with you via email so I can keep you motivated. That's in there. My content creation 90-day challenge is in there. I've got courses in there and it's $30 for 90 days in the mastermind. Plus I do live calls every month. So it's either $30 for 90 days or $97 for 9 months. There are 2 levels of the mastermind. I need you not to come into the premium level and freak out. So this is the beginner accountability level so you can get access to live check-in calls, plus you can get access to some of the challenges and trainings that I've created so I can pour into you. And then when you're ready after that 90-day experience, go, yes, LaShanda, I'm ready to go to that next level and see all the good that you guys are doing at the higher level of the circle. But I shared that with you because inside of the mastermind, I was like, ladies, I ordered everything that I needed and I'm ready to go. What do you need to order, right? So that you can move forward and get things done. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about tonight is being in a space where you're feeling challenged, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you're feeling like life is just trying to beat into you right now. Like the devil is like, listen, she is too close. She is almost there. I'm going to work. I know he's trying to get at me right now. I was on Instagram this morning and I posted a very empowering message from a pastor that was like, listen, somebody needs to hear this right now. You're about to get there. The miracle is coming, but you got to learn how to overcome. So I wanted to sit here and talk to you about that process and some of the things that I do to overcome anything, because challenges hit us all and they hit us hard. What they want you to do is get into the sunken place. They want you to go to the dark place. They want you to sit there and be unproductive. But what you've got to do is to find a way to rise above it. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do. And hopefully as we go through this process, you can also share some of the things that you do too. Sound good? Okay? So the first thing that I want to do when it comes to talking about challenges is acknowledging the fact that a lot of times we overstress because we're trying to figure out the future. We're trying to figure out how to fix the future. We're trying to figure out how to control the future. We're trying to figure out how to avoid rejection in the future. We're trying to figure out how to make better money in the future. Our fixation on the future puts us in a place where we can do nothing but completely worry and feel overwhelmed in the present. Does that relate to anybody? This is actually a conversation that my hubby and we've been having, and we sat up all night last night, and I said, listen, we're going to have to talk about this in a larger circle because I was on the prayer line with his mom. She's such a beautiful spirit. She was going to be a nun, and she decided not to, but she always loves to share the word, and she had a prophet and a pastor and herself, and my mom was on, and my grandmama, and so many people were on the prayer line last night, and I remember the pastor said, listen, don't pray for the fix. Don't pray for it to be easy. Don't pray to get that solution. Pray for the strength to be in that process and go through it. Don't just pray to be delivered from it. Pray for the strength to go through it. And I was like, yes, yes. I was on the call, and he said, does anybody want to say something? And I said something, and he said, listen, the Lord has a message for you right now. And he poured into me, and I needed to be on that live call last night. There's just so many interesting things that came of that. I love that I'm doing the Back to Business live virtual conference because there's nothing like live, being able to have people pour into you, but then talk to them and have them talk to you back. And in that experience, I felt like even though I might be going through challenges, I can always power through with the strength. And a part of that strength is not so much focusing on the future, but learning how to live in the moment. Who struggles with that? Who struggles with living in the moment? Either you're so fixated on, this is not going to work, or I need my future to be different. I need my life to be different. I need the business to be different. And I got to have these bills that need to get taken care of, all the responsibilities and things that need to be happening later, that you're overwhelmed and you're overstressed. Who struggles with living in the moment? Anybody? I ask you that question because I want to talk to you about some things that I've done to really knock out some amazing things, even in the midst of challenges, even in the midst of the devils and the demons trying to say, oh, we don't want her to be successful. We're going to do everything we need to do to make this break, to make that pop, to make this slow, to make that drop. No, I say no. The devil is coming for me. I'm coming back even stronger, because at the end of the day, I am not going to sit here and worry about everything that can go wrong or everything in the future that I can't potentially control, because what I can control is this moment. How can you control your moments? Number one, for me, I believe that creation heals. So I love to create, but I believe that you've got to work. Sometimes you guys, you sit there and you're worrying so much about things that you got to pay for or do in the future that you're wasting a whole lot of damn time. And we don't got no time to waste because the gift is the present, right? I love that quote that says, yesterday is history. The future is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Today is a gift. Living in the moment means that, listen, I'm not going to sit here and do this and shake and cry and worry about what's going to happen in the future. I'm going to work today. So number one, I need you to identify, what are you going to do to work today, tonight? Sometimes you got to work that 5 to 9, but before you get up and work the 9 to 5, what you going to do tonight, what you going to do this weekend, what you going to do this month, how you going to work. I got up and worked. I worked on my web clients for my stuff for my graphics. I told you I had a client that needed a retractable banner. I did her stuff. I worked on websites for people. I got my orders in. I ordered my magazines. In the midst of, and listen, I'm gonna tell you, the devil is a liar. You go on and you catch an email that just make you want to be like, oh Lord. You know, you an email, or you see something, or, you know, my hubby, you know, when he came in and said, we need to talk. I was like, oh God, what do you mean we need to talk? He was like, well, this is a situation. This ain't right. This is going wrong. We need to fix it. And that was in the midst of me creating. And you ever be in a space where you trying to create and you trying to get in your moment, and then something happened and somebody tell you that this is wrong and this need to be paid and this is overdue, right? Y'all are laughing at me right now. In order to live in the moment, you've got to say, okay, listen, but guess what? Right now, in this moment, I am covered. I have my house. Bless God. I got my bills paid. At least the ones that need to be due right now, I got those paid. I got my mortgage paid. You know, I'm okay. Because sometimes, like I said to you, the overwhelm comes from not with what's really going on with you in this moment, but within your anxiety as far as you trying to fix, control, or figure out what's going to happen in the future. Trying to predict what's going to happen in the future, fix it or figure it out. Live in this moment. Do what you can do right now. Work on what you can work on right now. Create what you can create right now, and learn how to quiet the whispers. You know what I'm talking about. Them whispers that be like, yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Where you going to find the money to do this? Girl, you know how much money this is? This is kind of expensive. Woo, this is due. Boop, this is due. Oop. You know, all them whispers. Quiet the whispers. So here are a couple of things that I do. Number one, real talk. You know, I was going through some challenges. One day I'm sitting in front of my computer. I got all these whispers happening. And I'm like, okay, this computer's really, really moving kind of slow right now. So every time the computer's slow, I don't got nothing to do in between the work. I'm just getting inundated by the whispers. So I said, okay, bless God. Number one, I'm going to put on something high vibrational so I can block out the whispers, because the whispers are coming in to trigger me, to rush me, to get me nervous, to have me stop the creation and the work, and to sit in a space of anxiety. Anybody ever get overcome by the whispers to the degree that they either have you not doing anything or crying uncontrollably, sitting in the dark, not getting anything done? You cannot go to the sunken place, which means you've got to fill your space with as much high vibration positivity as possible. I said, you know what? Let me get my Pandora on, y'all, because I'm going to listen to my Damian Marley. I'm going to listen to my, what was I listening to just a while ago? Not Amel LaRue, Amy Winehouse. I'm going to listen to my Bruno Mars. I'm going to listen to whatever I need to do to make sure that my body is moving and I'm not sitting here succumbing to the whispers. Because real talk right now, listen, Stacy said real talk. Real talk right now, them whispers. It's funny because my hubby had me listen to an audio yesterday, and it was talking about the power of controlling and creating the kind of future that you want in your life. Living in the moment was a big message and a part of that. And it's so funny because I remember writing as part of my Girl Boss series, my 31-day motivational series, take a moment to live in the moment, right? And in that space, it's so funny because they talked about sometimes there's a second sense that we don't realize. And I was like, a second sense? What are you talking about? Like, you can see things, but not with your eyes. You can see things in your mind, right? You can see your past. You can see the future that you want. You know, you can see things without you're physically using your eyes, right? And then in the message, you know, he talked about how you can hear things without actually hearing them. Like, there's no real sound, but the whispers are there, right? So you're sitting there and you're listening to these voices tell you that you can't work, that you suck, that, you know, you've got all these things that you got to do, all these responsibilities. Nobody's trying to help you. You know, oh, you know, you got this client that needs this done and you got so much work to do. You're sitting there. There's no actual other person in the room. No person, or you're not even talking to yourself out loud, but all of these whispers are in you. How do you quiet the whispers? I turn my music on. That's one thing I can say. I put my music on so I'm not sitting there just listening to the voices play in my head. I'm bobbing subconsciously and I'm doing my work. Number two, I get in my space where I'm being poured into by, how do I describe it? The best way I can describe it is being spiritually covered. Because when you're in a space where you're an entrepreneur, I remember listening to a message and I thought, this message is so powerful. They said, entrepreneurship is a spiritual thing because entrepreneurs in our nature, we're creating things to help people. We're creating things because when you create something, usually it's a solution-based thing to make people's lives or their businesses easier. Right? The devil likes contention. The devil likes confusion. The devil don't want nobody get no kind of help. All right? So they're going to do everything that they can block you as a helper, as an entrepreneur, to make you struggle, to be in a space where, nah, we can't help you get that out there because you're going to make people's lives easier. No, right? You're going to get spiritually attacked in a lot of ways, right? And so one of the things that I do is I find things that's going to raise the vibration. I love Stephen Furtick. You know, if I need to stop for a minute and go and get, you know, my Stephen on for a couple of minutes, he's got 1 minute motivation. I'd get him. I have my Good Morning Girl Boss series. So literally every single day, I'm like, okay, so today's the 11th. Here is the Good Morning Girl Boss message for today. Bless God. I'm pouring into myself. I've written a 31-day motivational series. I've created it for you guys. It's a part of my shop on Sister Sense. But I created it for me. Create what you want for you first, and then share that blessing with the world. Can you receive that? Some of you confused and overwhelmed and you don't know what to do because you're trying to figure out, what can I create to give to people that they want? Anybody in that space? What do they want from me? I created this, boo, because I wanted this, boo. I was a kid and my mom, she got me this little magazine. It was a little Christian magazine for kids and I got that for a very long time. And when I grew up, I wanted to create that same thing for other people. Create what you want, right? And you raise your vibration being in a space where you create because number one, creation heals. But number two, when you find a place to get coverage, spiritual coverage from all the devilish, demonic whispers trying to discourage you from doing what you need to do, whether I need to put on my music or get my Stephen Furtick or my Good Morning Girl Boss, my motivational series. Listen, I want you to hear today's message from Good Morning Girl Boss. Man, where is it? I'm trying to figure out how I can give you today's message because it's not in front of me. Oh, my laptop. Hold on, y'all. Let me slide to the side. So, create. Number one, create what you want to create, right? Number two, get what you need. Now, I love self-publishing and I love getting things that are low cost and things that I can afford. But at the same time, sometimes you got to pour into you and get the big boys. I spent well over $2,000 on this laptop. It's funny because when I see my girl Stacy here, my photographer, Stacy Pierce, during the photo shoot, she goes, girl, how we going to get you and this big old laptop? In the photo, this damn laptop is so big. Listen, this is my baby right here. I needed something that was going to help me do video editing and graphics and all the amazing. Sometimes you not where you need to be, boo, because you working with technology from 1975 when the computer was as big as the whole damn room. You know you need an upgrade, right? And you know what? Let me tell you something. When I got this, I had all the whispers in my head. But LaShanda, you need to pay for this for the baby. And you need to give this for the family. And you got all these whisperers trying to deter you from your blessing. When sometimes you say, yeah, I need all of those things for them. But in order for me to do what I need to do for them, I have to do this for me. There has been several times in my life that I've dropped quite a penny on myself unapologetically because the whispers wanted me to feel guilty. I was like, no, boo, not today. I dare you to try to make me feel guilty. Let me share with you today's Good Morning Girl Boss message. By the way, let me say this, ladies. Good Morning Girl Boss is, I think I said 31, but it's a 30-day motivational series that I created. So every day, you can say, okay, so today's the 11th. Let me look at the motivational message for today. I didn't create these for you. I created these for me. And then the side effect is that now you have them for you. They're inside of my store. As I mentioned, right now I have the sistersense.com fire sale at sistersense.com/fire sale. There's so many good things in there. Literally, number one, you can get a $10 pass to access the Back to Business virtual conference live for $10 for 2 days for, I think, 11 live sessions or 12 or 13. Listen, $10. Come on now. You can't beat that with the bat. And then Good Morning Girl Boss is one of the many good resources and things that I've created to support you and pour into you as a fellow entrepreneur. Right now, everything in my store is 25% off. The code is on that page, sistersense.com/fire sale. Now, let me say this because I wanted to pour into you. This is the message for today from the Girl Boss Motivational Series. How will you show up today, boss? Maximize your minutes, starve your distractions, and feed your focus. Because listen, them whispers want to distract you. You need to feed your focus. Don't shrink. Don't overthink. Before you blink, all those right opportunities can go right out the door. So show up, keep showing up, and then show up some more. See, the whispers, the challenges, they want to beat you down so much that you shrink, that you overthink, that you sit there and do nothing. How you overcome, how you tell them, I'm coming for everything that's mine because the best is my birthright. And my Father knows that if I keep doing what I need to do, he's going to come through because as they say, God helps those who help themselves. What? I'm good. You know, you can keep your challenges. I'm good. How do you starve those distractions and feed your focus? Do the work. Stop sitting there worrying about the future. Catch yourself. Some of this is not hard. Some of this is training. And when you can say to yourself, oh, I'm about to fall in the sunken place. I'm about to sit here and overthink, or I'm about to, ooh, I can hear the whispers. See, because you can't see them. And they're not in the room with you, but they're internally trying to beat you down. You got to be, oh no, the volume on the whispers is kind of high right now. So guess what? Where my Pandora at? Let me turn up the volume on my Mary. Go get your blessing. Let me do what I need to do to turn up the volume on some positivity so this negativity can know that not today, devil. I'm not here for play because I'm about to get everything that's mine. How you do that is you raise the volume. So let me know, y'all, what are the things that help raise your volume? Like I said, I love my Stephen Furtnick. I love my Good Morning Girl Boss Motivational Series. I created it for me. The side effect is I gift it to you. Okay. I think it's 80 pages in the motivational series. There's some imagery in there. It's beautiful. I personally, every day that I share, if you go on Sister Sense, if you go on Instagram at Sister Sense, you'll see a lot of the motivational messages as part of the Good Morning Girl Boss series. Every day I read it. I share it out to Instagram. I know that somebody out there is divinely tapping into it because it's pouring into that. What are you utilizing to make sure that you can reduce the volume on the whispers and raise your good vibes? Okay? Sometimes you need some serious vitamin D. Today, I'm going to be honest with you, it was a little challenging for me this morning. But I got some work done. And I said to my hubby, yeah, I don't think I can do any more at this point. I think I'm good. I can't do any more. And he, because we've got a storm coming, his schedule was changed as well. So he was, to my surprise, he was home. I was like, how come you back home? He's like, I had to surprise you. So he definitely did surprise me. And we got some vitamin D. I went outside and I stood in the sun, right? Going in the nature. Yes, the natural place. Going in nature. I'm not a bee girl. I'm not an insect girl. I don't like to get hot and sweaty. But I do like to sit on my porch and soak up some vitamin D. And, so I did that for a little bit and I got in the car and we ran some errands. We did what we needed to do. But sometimes in order for you to overcome the thing that you're going through, you've got to change your environment. I'm going to be honest with you. To me, the biggest secret I can give you here when it comes to overcoming anything is acknowledging and identifying what your triggers are. Because when you can acknowledge and identify the things that trigger you and send you off or into a spiral or back into your damn bed, then you know how to go, oh, nope, I know it's coming. Nope. One of the things I talk about as far as the Good Morning Girl Boss series is how to get out of your bed and out of your head so you can slay the day with clarity, confidence, and courage. When you know what your triggers are, you can do anything. What are your triggers, y'all? Because I can tell you when I know something is due, I don't like to pay bills late. I don't like late fees because that's extra money I ain't trying to get nobody. You know, when I know that things are due, or I know that something unexpectedly broke, or during the summer, was it 4th of July? The fridge broke, and I was like, how does the fridge break on 4th of July? You know what I mean? Those things send me into a trigger, right? When somebody says something to me that hits my inner child, like when somebody calls me lazy, oh my God, they used to say that I was lazy when I was a kid, right? Yeah, the smart girl who went to Columbia University was the lazy one, right? Things trigger me, right? Oh, you too fat, you know, you too dark, you know, things trigger me, right? What triggers you? You got a big head. Yeah, because it holds the big brain, right? What triggers you? What sends you into a spiral? You know, a part of this is the young lady who reached out to me and said, she said to me, LaShanda, my hubby, he treats I always call my hubby. She said, my husband, he treats me like I'm nothing. All the money that he makes is his money, and he controls everything. I want to be successful. How do you start with nothing? What do? I shared her a message of encouragement. I shared some of my resources that I had. I just gave them to her because if you can't bless others, why are you here? But then in that space, I felt compelled to come on here and share, again, how do you start with nothing? How do you learn how to overcome anything and finish strong? Which is what we're doing right now, right? The effect of that, right? So I need you to identify for me some of those things that may be triggering you, not just to share it with me, but to share it with you. So you're conscious of it, and that's going to help you learn how to not be triggered by it. Because see, the devil wants to poke at you like that little fat kid, that little fat girl who, you know, all the guys was like, well, we don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to her because she's light skinned and she got cute hair. My hair is cute. You all the inner child-ish, right? You know, that person, the devil knows everything that triggers you and makes you feel bad, and all of those things he will put in your face. And it seems like, really? But it's a test. But when you're conscious of what triggers you, you can quiet the whispers by raising the volume on everything else that makes you feel good. Right now, I'm actually working on so many beautiful things. One of the things that I'm working with my ladies on is as part of the there's so many good things I can't get them all out of my mind at one time. So as part of my Collect with Confidence Back to Business virtual conference, I have this beautiful panel of ladies, and we're going to talk about creating a joy practice, because these are ladies who've created these beautiful joy practices in their lives to overcome lack of confidence, to overcome low self-esteem, to overcome husbands and boyfriends and bad friends telling them they want nothing, wasn't going to be nothing, didn't have nothing. I want them to, number one, share their joy practices with you as part of Back to Business, but number two, inspire and motivate you to create your own joy practices, and then share those joy practices with others, because when we grow up and glow up to help other people do the same, ain't nothing like it. Nothing more beautiful. This year, the message is Collect with Confidence, and as I mentioned to you before, when you go to www.sistersense.com/fire sale, you see that for the next couple of days, there are a few things that you can get access to. One of the things is you can get a $10 live pass to listen to all of the live Back to Business virtual conference sessions for $10. It's a 2-day experience, right? And I'm super, super excited that we're going to do a session on the joy practice. It was supposed to be a surprise, but I'm telling y'all about it because I'm super excited about it. And being in a space where you can identify how to rise above the things that try to steal your joy from you is important. Anybody here ever feel empty? Ever feel like you give and give and give and give and give and you have nothing left for yourself? Some of us, and the only way we know how to get filled is when we're making money, or when we're getting confirmation, oh my God, you affirmed me, you confirmed me, you validated me. When you don't have that validation, that confirmation, you don't feel good. When you don't have that spouse or person say, ooh, you look good, or oh, let me make you feel good. If you don't have somebody making you feel good, you don't feel good. If you want to overcome anything, you've got to learn how to make yourself feel good. You've got to learn how to create joy practices that make you a better you, a stronger you in the face of adversity. Because I'm telling you, I'm getting put through some things. You wouldn't know it because I got a smile on my face and a pep in my step, but I'm going through some things. And, it's okay. It's okay, because I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends today, and she was like, how you doing, girl? I was like, girl, I am doing fine. I ain't trying to claim that. I'm doing so fine. And I'll tell you why. As I mentioned before, the secret to the sauce right here is not worrying about the future. I cannot control the future. I cannot make sure that everything is going to come out perfect. I cannot fix things that I don't even know if it's really that bad of a problem, because right now I'm doing all right. I'm looking cute. I got my little pink on. I've got, let me show you, okay? I can only lift up one box. This is the box that was open, by the way. I told you I got my magazines today. I ordered 450 copies of my magazine because I'm about to do some things, y'all. I got my magazines. Okay, so this is one box. The box that was open that they got to go and ship me back my stuff. See all these right here? 450 copies. I got my magazines. I got my baby. After I talk with you guys, I'm going to sit with my baby and help him with his spelling words because he's got a spelling bee tomorrow. I paid my mortgage, bless God. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. What can you do right now to say you appreciate? Can y'all drop in the comment box for me? What do you appreciate? Bills aside, challenges aside. Like, I don't know where I got this whooping cough that I've been having for the last 2 damn months. Ever since my son gave me a cough in September, I'm going into the next month and I still got it. But bless God, yesterday, you know what I said? I said, LaShanda, go get a cough drop and do that web class. I might sound like a Darth Vader just a little bit. Luke, I am your father. I might have a little bit of the Darth Vader in me. But guess what? I took my cough drop and I kept it moving. I'll figure out how to figure out what this raspy cough thing that I got and get rid of it. But I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to do my audios. I'm going to do my mastermind calls. By the way, like I said to you guys, you can get access to 90, I want to say 30, but it's 90 days inside of my mastermind for $30. $30. You're going to get access to the Finish Strong 90-day challenge. If you need help with your digital products, anybody need help with your digital products? Anybody need help with content marketing? The content marketing challenge, the Finish Strong 90-day end of year sales challenge, the live accountability calls that we do, you get access to all of those things for 90 days for $30 for all 90 days, not once a month, for all 90 days, $30. You get access to the 2 days of live sessions for Back to Business for $10. You get 25% off of everything in my store, my graphics design packages. I've got templates up there. I got all kind of good for you. Oh my goodness. My web design package. Oh, that's a whole other story. But anyway, there's a whole lot of good for you there, right? When you go to sistersense.com/fire sale, that's what's happening for the next couple of days. Now, I say that because I want you to identify for yourself what about right now in your life you're appreciative of, you're happy with, and you're satisfied with. I love that I get to talk to my girls. One of the ladies in my circle, Eva, this week, she said, y'all, look, because she did my content creation challenge. I had a social media content creation challenge, and I taught the ladies how to create beautiful images. That's in the shop too, right? So the ladies in the mastermind group, they're in the Facebook group and they're posting the graphics. And she's like, I posted my graphics and I'm coming in here to tell you guys that I'm going to do my live streams every single Tuesday and I need to be accountable. That's what my circle is about. It's about powerful women coming together and supporting and being accountable. And I love that. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, amen, amazing things happen. And so every individual person, 1, 2, 3, hundreds, thousands that come in and say, I'm doing these things, LaShanda, because you've motivated me, because the ladies have motivated me, because I need to be in this circle, that makes me feel good. I don't care what is going to happen in the future. I'm living in this moment right now. Embrace your moment right now. Catherine says, I thank God that I have a roof over my head. I was homeless for almost 2 years. Listen, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I remember there was a quote that I saw on Instagram and it said, you used to want the things that you now have. Did that hit you? Because that hit me one day. You sitting there, you complaining about all the challenges and things that you need to overcome. It said, real talk, you used to want the things that you now have. I used to want a man. I used to want a baby. I used to want to have my own place. Then I got my own place. I wanted to have a house and I have a house. I used to want to stop taking the bus. I used to want to have a car. Now I got a car and the car is paid off and the title is in the security box in my damn house. There used to be a time where you wanted the things you now have, but because you're so fixated and frustrated with the because you're so fixed. I was about to say something. I said, no, demon, that ain't coming out. Not on live. Because you're so fixated and frustrated with the going on in your life right now, trying to figure out how to fix and control the future. You not sitting and living in this moment. Here's the message. Here's a powerful message I received because my hubby is my in-house Dr. Phil. Make sure if you want to overcome anything, you got some people in your life that's going to pour into you. And if the people in your life ain't pouring into you the way that you need them to, in order for you to quiet them whispers, you quietly work on what you need to do. When they say what you doing, nothing. Nothing. You don't need no affirmation, confirmation, validation from people who are going to tell you why you doing that. That don't make no sense. I had one of my clients, she said, LaShanda, I want to do a subscription box and I need you. She said her boyfriend, she was like, she was so excited when we first talked. She talked to her boyfriend and then he completely ripped like 15 holes in her. I said, boo, we going to get on a call right now and I'm going to sew up every single hole. And then she was like, oh my God, LaShanda, I can't wait. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Make sure the people around you supporting you. And if you got people who in your circle and for whatever reason you want them to stay there, but they don't do you as right as you need to be done, make sure that when you create in your greatness, you keep that greatness quiet, not with them. Prophet told me I got to keep some things quiet to myself last night when I was on my prayer line. And I said, okay. The prophet said, keep it quiet. I can't tell you everything. I can tell you some of the good, but not all of the good, because some things you got to keep quiet. Even from the people who claim to love you, but you know they're going to trigger you in some way to deter you from your greatness. Some things you got to keep quiet. From who, make note of those people, and what triggers those things that they really hit you and hit you hard. Make sure that you feel free to share this out. You know, if you feel like somebody in your circle needs to hear this, number one. And number two, whether it be today, tonight, tomorrow, make sure you go to, somebody drop this in the comment box for me, www.sistersense.com/fire sale. Because if there's nothing that I can do, I'm here to support you. Whether it be you need somebody to help you with your graphics, help you build your website, help you get it nice and right. Maybe you want to work on your social media engagement through the social media workshop that I did. Maybe you need to be on Back to Business, the Collect with Confidence 2-day virtual conference coming up in 2 weeks, literally to get access for $10. Whatever you need right now, I got you. sistersense.com/fire sale. Only take what you need. Don't overtake. All right? Take what you need. That's all you need to take. So I want you to think about how you can live in the moment. I want you to think about how you can quiet the voices. I want you to think about how you can continue to create your greatness. Thank you, sweetie mentor Shelly. I appreciate you for dropping that in there. How can you create your greatness? Okay. Now, when I talk about finishing strong, hopefully you had an opportunity to watch that web class. I said, I want to teach you guys how to finish this year strong. Make sure that you get inside of the mastermind for $30 so you can get the 90-day finish strong challenge, right? I said, there are certain goals that you need to focus on. One of those goals is identifying what you need to create for the end of the year versus before the year ends, because those are two things. Some things you need to create for the end of the year. So the promotions that I have for the last 2 months of the year, I needed to make sure that my magazines, I don't know where that D came from. I need to make sure that all the beautiful magazines from my new, well, this ain't new, boo, because I made these things 2 years ago. But the relaunch of the Bright Colors magazine at BRITECOLOURS.com. I get all my stuff before the month was done. I got that done. What do you need to have done for the end of the year? Think about those things. Make note of those things. That's number one. Number two, what do you need to get done before the year is over? You want to overcome anything, you starve those distractions and focus on the things that make you feel good. Focus on the things that you want to put in the world. Focus on that, okay? And so maybe you don't necessarily have to get certain things done for the final quarter, but you in your heart, you know you want to get that done. Whether you want to get it done because you told yourself you wanted to do it in the summer or the beginning of the year, or you say, listen, by the beginning of next year, I need this to be done. What do you need to do for the end of the year versus before it ends? Feel free to drop in here. Put it out into the universe. It's a powerful thing, right? Identify what those things are for you. And there's nothing that can stop you. In the midst of personal challenges, I'm sitting here doing my work. I'm building websites for people. Beautiful sites. I think I saw my girl LaVon Weaver on, one of my clients. She has a beautiful affirmation series, the I Am series. Hopefully I get her to check in with you guys. She did a live stream with me when we were in... was it Chapel Hill, North Carolina, for my Girl Boss workshop that I did a few months ago here in North Carolina. She was one of the amazing ladies that was there. That was her birthday gift to herself, which was a beautiful thing to have somebody say that their birthday gift was coming out to one of my events and working with me. How amazing is that? Hey, what's up, boo? How are you? I gotta put my glasses on because you know I'm old as dirt. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Okay, so I say that to say this. Being in that space, you've got to be in a place where you identify for yourself what you got to finish and what you want to do. And one of the things that LaVon wanted to do was she wanted to launch her website before the year was over. Bless God, we got it done. Live Vibrantly. Live Vibrantly. Live L-I-V vibrantly.com. That's the website that I helped her design. Looks absolutely beautiful. But I mean, it's not even my design. It's not just what I design, but it's the imagery. You know, she's got beautiful products. I don't know if she's still here, but livevibrantly.com. Just a beautiful thing. What do you want to get done before the year is over or before, you know, the next year starts, right? I do have my web services as part of the fire sale. Before I forget, let me mention that. So there are a couple of web services that I have that you can get access to as part of the fire sale. Does anybody need help with graphic design, with content creation, or websites? Any of those three things? Just let me know which one so I can see what you need, okay? Do you need help with your content, with graphics design, or with web design, okay? If you need help with any of those things, or social media, okay? If you need help with any of those things, let me know. Okay, let me tell you why. So I mentioned to you that for me, bless God, I am not the kind of person who can every single day be on social media creating content. Anybody else? I ain't that kind of person. I can't be on social media every day creating content. So here's what I do. I bulk task it. I create a whole bunch of good, and then I automate. I have what I call the auto engage social media challenge, how you can in 3 hours create up to 30 days worth of material, because that's what I did to create my Good Morning Girl Boss series. I sat down, I had all of these beautiful messages. I made these amazing graphics. You can see them on my Instagram. You can see them on Facebook at Sister Sense. All the beautiful messages as part of Good Morning Girl Boss. Took those things, I turned it into an ebook, monetized that. Listen, you could get paid with free. You just got to be smart about it, boo. You can start with nothing, which is one of the messages that I'm sharing with you today. Literally, I took the graphics that I wanted to share on social media and turned it into an 80-page ebook, which is the Good Morning Girl Boss ebook series. Plus, I've got some good bonuses in there for you. Plus, you can get 25% off Good Morning Girl Boss as part of my fire sale. Listen, I'm not just sharing this with you just to share. This is what I've done. This is what you can do too, right? So I have the content creation social media workshop. Basically, I have a template. I show you how to pop your text in the template, make it pretty, put it out there real quick. I'm about quick content. So if you need help with social media, I got you. The challenge is done. The template is there. Watch the video, use the template. And my ladies, some of my ladies, my least, God love them, my least technical ladies, my ladies who, they like, LaShanda, it look fugly. You know what fugly mean. I gotta tell you what that mean. It don't look cute. They create some pretty nice stuff with my template. So if you need help with social media, I got you. If you need help with graphics design, I got you. If you need an ebook cover, like I said, I just did a retractable banner graphic from one of my clients who is working on creating branding for her speaking images. If you need social media graphics, right now I'm working for a client who she needs me to make graphics for her Twitter and her YouTube and her Facebook so that everything looks like her website, because I'm working on her website too. And then I'm making those graphics in what? In Canva. Why? Because guess what? When I'm done, she can go in Canva and update her graphics by herself. How awesome is that? Now, listen, it's funny because she said to me, LaShanda, I love working with you because I've had so many horror stories working with graphic designers. I pay them and they go ghost. And I'm like, hello, I paid you. Where's my ish? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, thank God that, I'm not that person for you. Because she was like, and then I paid you $1,000. And I was like, oh my God. She paid me $1,000 to build her website and do her graphics and do her store. And then she was freaking out like, what did I do? But I mean, it's been a beautiful experience. She loves everything that I've done for her thus far. I mean, a testament to being a quality service professional is creating the kind of relationships where your customers come back and they bring their friends. So, I don't even sit and worry about any given challenge that I'm going through right now, because I know that I've created the kind of future I want based on all the things that I've done in my past and all the things that I continue to do in my presence. So if you need support, whether it be a graphics thing, I do have my graphic services package that's 25% off as part of the fire sale. If you need help with a website, I do have different web design packages. One of them is my Small Biz Plus, which is normally $14.95. You can get that for $9.95, only for 2 people though, because I mean, this is a big I don't want to say that word. It's a big behind package. I'm trying to keep it clean, y'all. I try to keep it clean. Sometimes, you can have a potty mouth. I can have a potty mouth sometimes. But if you need any of those kind of support services, whether it's support with social media, graphics, creating your content, the content creation digital challenges is part of the mastermind. All of that is in there. And you might just say, LaShanda, I don't even know what to get. I like the fact that you've got a fire sale, but sweetie, I don't even know what to get because you got so much stuff. I am so confused. I'm so overwhelmed. I know that because folks will sometimes say, LaShanda, whoo, girl, you got a lot going on. Listen, number one, ask yourself, what do I need help with? Start there. Start with what you need help with and see if you can find something that can help fill that particular need. And then, of course, number two, if you see something and you're not quite sure what it is or how it works, you can always email sistersense@gmail.com, or when you're on that sistersense.com website, click that gray tab on the right and send me a voice message. Say, I like this, but I'm confused. Is this for me? Should I get that? And I'll answer. Okay. So let's just wrap up our session for today so I can give you some 1, 2, 3 strategies, right? Bless God. Mentor Shelley says, I'm working on scheduling my first live workshop with the church youth group. Good. That's exciting. Your first live workshop. You know how every day Facebook shares some kind of anniversary with you? A few days ago, it shared my first live workshop, which was called Sister Sense Socials. I did it in 2011, and it showed the flyer. And I was like, look at me. Yay. Listen, what you do today is setting you up to become the you want to be tomorrow. So I'm truly, truly excited to see and say that I am a part of this journey with you, Mentor Shelly. You know that I'm going to get to see you again the next time I come to Florida, right? Christmas, because that's what I do. I always check in with my ladies when I've hit down someplace locally where you are. I got to make sure that I can see you eye to eye, love on you, support you, and just have fun, with you. That's one of, to me, the best ways to overcome challenges and overcome anything. When you know that you got people that you can say, let me call so-and-so. But also to know that regardless of having those people in your life, you know how to fill yourself up. You've created a joy practice. You've created a way to cover yourself. And these are all things that I've tried to talk to you about today, right? I certainly want to make sure that you're covered. I believe the success of your business depends upon the company that you keep. So I really and truly hope that you can participate and collect with confidence, which is the upcoming the mission, the agenda of this year's Back to Business virtual conference, so that we can support you and pour into you and provide that spiritual coverage for you to block all the negativity that might potentially be coming at you. So for the young lady who reached out to me and said, you know what, LaShanda, I don't know where to start. I don't have anything. What do I do? I gave her I think I gave her maybe 4 or 5 different things. I was just like, take this, take this, take this, take this. Now, I don't do that to everybody. So don't think now you're going to come to me with some kind of sob story and have me give you everything. I'm playing. Several people have said to me, I truly believe you're a light worker. I've never considered myself to be one until, having other people identify me as such. But when the Spirit tells me, this is somebody who needs you to just give them everything right now, I do. And then other times I'm like, listen, I'll find something to give to you, right? But I can't give you everything. I just say that, right? Some things you have to learn how to give yourself. But that being said, one of the things I gave her was Be Well Boss. Be Well Boss is a collection of some of the really powerful sessions I've done with some of the Back to Business speakers. One of them is on how to overcome the whispers. That what I did with Lynette Crosby, the creator of All Roads Lead to Ascension. There's a session in there with Lucinda Cross on activating your vision. There's a session in there with Carol Sankar on how to collect with the confidence factor. There's a session in there with Marceline Bailey of the Happy Half Hour Club on how to get through the day without losing it. I said, listen, you need to just sit somewhere, close the door, and just press play. Just listen to all of this. Listen to all these women that I've got in my circle that can just kind of love on you. Because remember, I said that when you're sitting there too long, the whispers, the volume on the whispers will turn up so high that they will distract you and discourage you and prevent you from moving forward because they bring you down to the sunken place. And you got to be able to raise the vibration. And in order for you to do that, sometimes you got to turn on your favorite song. You turn on your favorite pastor. Turn on some powerful ladies like the people in the Back to Business that can just kind of pour into you something that blocks everything that internally or externally is trying to prevent you from moving forward. Okay? So just think about those things. What are some services that you can provide? If you don't got no money, honey, you got some hands. What can you do with the 2 hands that God has given you, right? He hath given you some hands. Use them. What can you do to work? If right now you are worrying about everything that you cannot control with respect to the future, I need you to find a way to be conscious of the things that are triggering you. Stop those triggers. Live in the moment. Get working, stick to the plan, raise your vibration, and do the work. Do the work now, because if you do the work now, everything that you do is setting you up for the person that you want to be in the future. And everything that is happening to me right now, whether it be good or bad, I know that the challenges make me stronger. I know that through the grace of God, I am not asking for easy solutions. I am asking for the power to power through. And all of those things, as I ask for myself, I ask for you, because you can do it too. We just need to know that we've got to keep doing the work and not letting the hard things put us in a place where we don't do the harder things that are going to take us to the next place that we need to be. Today I said, where are my warrior women? I don't know if you follow me on Instagram at Sister Sense. I have this beautiful picture of this Amazonian woman. I said, where are my warrior women at? Because this is a war that we going through. And you gonna go through it, boo. Whether it be through people who you thought love you, but in some way, shape, or form, they're not doing you the way that you need to be done right now. Or you found that there is some kind of force out there that is trying to prevent you from what you need to do. Where are my warrior women? You gotta suit up. I'm suiting up right now. Part of my suit up is this. It's healing by healing others. Is me creating, because creation heals for me too. Is me getting that vitamin D, doing what I need to do to get out into the sun and say, today is still a good day to enjoy something and be grateful for more than one thing, because there's something in your life happening right now that you used to want and now you have. Don't take that for granted. Don't take that for granted. So what do you need to create right now? Get them books done. Get that business done. You launch that business. You sell your services. You do what you need to do to power through. And even if it don't work out perfectly, you just doing what you need to do to master your greatness and share your gifts with the world is going to set you up for success and position you to create the future that you want. Now, I moaned and groaned when my hubby said, I want you to watch this thing for me last night. And I watched that thing. And I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to watch this. But he's my Dr. Phil. And he said, listen, I'm here to love on you and pour into you when you need it. And right now, when you have your little anxiety attacks and you need me, this is what's going to help you. So you better sit here and listen to this for 36 minutes. And I did. And I said, thank you. I said, thank you. So it's probably been more than 36 minutes that some of you been on here with me, but hopefully thank you. Maybe something in here that I shared helped and supported you in some way. As I said today, outside of this particular web class on how to start with nothing, overcome anything, and finish strong, I do have a few resources for you over at sistersense.com/fire sale. If you would like to talk to me personally about some things that you're going through, feel free to email sistersense@gmail.com, and or when you go to the sistersense.com website, click that gray tab on the right and send me a voice message. Alrighty, my dears. I know I need to get to a place where I do these things in like 20-25 minutes. My live streams are always hella behind long. But it's because I just love to pour into you. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. Sometimes you sit there and life ain't easy and you find yourself struggling and crying and ooh, I can't do it today. But you got to find a way. You got to find a way. Find the things that make you feel good. Create your joy practice. Live in the moment. Do the work. Okay? Can you drop any of those in the comment box for me? Any of those things that you're going to do? Find a way. Live in the moment. Create your joy practice. Do the work. Any of those things, feel free. Drop them in there. And then also, again, as I mentioned before, it's the holiday season. It's the end of year season. If there are things that you need to promote, what are you promoting right now? I'm doing a fire sale. What you doing to sell your stuff, boo? Right? What are you doing? If you've got a promotion right now, drop that in there. Share. Put it out there to me, to the other ladies, to the universe. Right? Share, share, share. If there's things that you need to get for your business right now, you need to get new business cards. You need to get a business partner. You need to get a virtual assistant. You need to get a graphics designer. You need to get a photographer. What you need to get right now to help you. Who you need to get right now to help you. Make that list. Check it twice. Right? Latanya says, thank you. Thank you, Latanya. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Who you need to get, what you need to get, where you need to be. All those questions. Important questions. Hopefully some of you will be with me as part of the Collect with Confidence Back to Business virtual conference in a few weeks. Literally, like I said, for the next couple of days, you can get access to the Back to Business live virtual conference for the 2 days for $10 for the live access pass. So think about the things that you need. Think about what you need to do. Adonia says, love you. Mwah, I love you right back. You said you're going to be at my next live event. So I'm going to get to love on you when I see you. And you know I'm a short behind girl, right? You know I'm like 2'5". I don't know how tall you are, so you may have to be like, let me kneel down to give my love. But however we need to do it, we'll make it work. Alrighty, beautifuls. Mwah. Bless God. Let me go and love on my mini-me, because I got to make sure that before he goes to bed, we do his words for his spelling bee tomorrow. Mama's work is never done. Mwah. Take care, y'all.